In the last lecture, I had listed out different methods to find the root of a function. And the first method, which was listed, is bisection method. We also call it Bolzano method. So bisection method is used to find an approximate root in an interval by repeatedly bisecting it into sub-intervals. So basically this method is bisection of the interval. So it's very simple method and it is relatively slow method if we compare it with other methods. And it is often used to obtain a rough approximation to a solution, which is then used as a starting point for more rapidly converging method. Let us start with the method, and we have a function fx which is continuous in this interval ab. Bisection method says identify 2 points fa and fb which are of opposite signs. That is, we have to find 2 points at which the function takes opposite signs so that fa into fb is always less than 0. This ensures that there is a root of the function fx is equal to 0 in between a and b. Next step is to take the initial approximation. And what is the initial approximation? It is the midpoint of a and b. And how do we write the midpoint? It is x naught, which is equal to a plus b by 2. So if we take this, there are 3 conditions which arises in the very first approximation. First is either fx naught, the first approximation which you have taken, at this approximation the function takes 0 value. So it means that we have a root at x naught. If fx naught is less than 0, then the root lies between a and x naught. And in this case, our next approximation is x1 is a plus x naught by 2. And keep on repeating the procedure by halving the interval again. However, if fb into fx naught is less than 0, then this means that the root lies between x naught and b. And in this case, the next approximation will be x1, which is x naught plus b divided by 2. And then we keep on repeating the procedure. We continue this process until root is found to the desired accuracy. That is, the values which we are getting are repeated till desired decimal places. Let us understand this. Suppose we have a function and this is our function fx. This is our function. We'll search for the point A and the point B. At A, the function is taking negative value. At B, this is B point, the function is taking positive value. So it means that the function has a root between a and b. And then we bisect it. So if you bisect this whole, we'll reach here. So when we reach here, we'll find the value of the function at this point. As we see from the graph, the value will come out to be negative. Now this means that now the root lies between these 2 points. Let us assume this as point A, this one as point B. Then we have this A1. We said that the root lies between A and B. And then we'll say the root lies between A1 and B. Similarly, now we'll bisect this term and it will come here. And this time, suppose this is B1, we'll say that the root lies between A1 and B1. We keep on doing this until we reach here. That is the point where the root is. The convergence of bisection method is not unidirectional, as none of the endpoint is fixed. We can see the endpoints are not fixed. Every time if we are halving it here, it is negative. Next time when we are halving, it is coming out to be positive. So since the endpoint is not fixed, the convergence is not unidirectional, and a result of this, convergence of bisection method is very slow. And I said earlier also, because it is often used as a rough approximation to a solution, which is then used as a starting point for those method which has higher convergence rate. In this case, the interval width is reduced by a factor of 1/2 at each step. So the nth step, the new interval will be an bn, and the length of this interval at nth step is b minus a upon 2 to the power n. So the number of iterations n required to achieve an accuracy epsilon is now given by since we have this b minus a upon 2 to the power n and we need the accuracy of epsilon. So this means that we need b minus a 2 to the power n is less than epsilon. This means that we need, let us take log on both the sides. So we have this, and this means that on solving this we have log b minus a minus n log 2, and which is less than log epsilon, and this further can be written as log of the subtraction of n points minus log e is less than n log 2, and finally n should be always greater than b minus a, log of b minus a minus log of this epsilon divided by log of 2. So if we need the accuracy of epsilon, then n should be greater than this term. This means that the minimum number of iterations required to achieve the desired accuracy error, that is at the error less than epsilon, is this, or the desired accuracy is at, we can say, log b minus a upon epsilon divided by log 2. This is where we reached. This is the minimum number of iterations required to achieve the desired accuracy. We have to solve question number 1 using bisection method, and we'll find a positive root of the equation x e to the power x is equal to 1. The answer should be correct to 3 decimal places. So a function, we may write the function as x e to the power x minus 1. Now we'll search for 2 points at which the function takes positive and negative values, that is, the function takes opposite signs at these 2 points. So the first obvious choice will be 0. Value of the function at 0 is negative, that is minus 1, and the value of the function at 1 comes out to be positive, 1.718. So this ensures that the root lies between 0 and 1 because fx is continuous in 0, 1. So therefore, at least one root exists in 0, 1. In this interval 0, 1. Okay, right. So it means that in the interval 0 and 1, the function is negative and positive. Right. So we'll start with the initial approximation, And in bisection method, we'll bisect the interval, that is 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 0.5. We'll check the value of the function at 0.5 and we find that the value is minus 0.1756, which is obviously less than 0. It means that we'll change the negative n now to 0.5. So the root lies now between 0.5 and 1. Again bisect the interval, that is 0.5 plus 1 upon 2, and we'll get, after bisection, it is 0.75. Now find the value of the function at 0.75 and we'll find that the value is 0.5877, which is obviously positive value. So we are going to change the positive n. In the second approximation, the root lies between 0.5 and 0.75. We again bisect this interval and this will come out to be 0.5 plus 0.75 divided by 2, which is equal to 0.625. Let us find the value of the function at this point. We find that the value of the function at this 0.625 is 0.8682, which is obviously the positive value. We are going to change the positive n by 0.625. In the third approximation, we say that the root lies between 0.5 and 0.625. Again bisect this interval. On bisecting the interval, we get 0.5 plus 0.625 divided by 2. So this will come out to be 0.5625. Again check the value of the function at this point. And we'll find that the value is coming out to be negative. Since it is negative, we are going to change the negative n. Now the root lies between 0.5625 and 0.625. Let us bisect it again, and on bisection we'll get 0.59375. Value of the function at x4 is equal to 0.0751, and 0.0751, it means that it is again positive and we are going to change the positive n. Now the root lies between 0.5th approximation. We have in the fifth approximation, it is 0.5625 and 0.59375. In this interval, the root lies, and fifth iteration comes out to be 0.5781. Similarly, we find the value of the function at x5, and this comes out to be 0.0305. Similarly, we have the sixth iteration, and sixth iteration is 0.5703. And we have seventh iteration, which comes out to be 0.5664. If we go on doing this, that is bisecting and finding the values at different point, will reach at say 0.5684, then 0.5674, then 0.5669, then 0.56715. Finally, we can say that 0.56715 is the root correct to 3 decimal places. Let us move to our question number 2. In this question also, we have to use bisection method, and we have to find the root of the equation sin x is equal to 1 by x. We can write the function as x sin x minus 1. Before this, you have to set your calculator in radian mode. So please set your calculator in radian mode. In calculator, we have three mode: radian, gradient, and degree. So put your calculator in radian mode. Now we'll find 2 points at which the function takes positive and negative value. Let us start with 0. When we find the value of the function at 0, we found that it comes out to be negative. We move to 1. We found that the value of the function at 1 is again negative. So till now we didn't found 2 points at which the function has opposite sign. So we had moved to 2 and we found that the value of the function at 2 is positive. This means that the root lies between 1 and 2. Since f is continuous in 1 and 2, so at least one root exists between 1 and 2. Let us move to the first approximation, that is we are going to bisect this. So we have 1 and 2 interval in which the root lies, and at 1 it is negative and at 2 it is positive. And keep on interchanging the positive and negative end. So initial approximation start with the initial one. So x naught is equal to 1 plus 2 by 2, which is equal to 1.5. Let us find the value of the function at 1.5. We'll find that it is 0.4963, which is a positive value. So we are going to interchange the positive end in the second approximation. Okay, right? So when we change it, it will become 1 and this will be this line and not this line, students. So let us move this line. So we have 1 and 1.5. In this interval, the root lies. Let us again bisect the interval and find the value. We'll get 1.25. Find the value of the function at this point, 1.25. We'll get the value as 0.1862, which is obviously positive. This means that we are going to change the positive end again. That is 1.5 is to be replaced by 1.25. Now we have the interval 1 and 1.25 where the root lies. And this is the third approximation. Let us bisect it again. 1 plus 1.25 divided by 2 and we'll get 1.125. Let us find the value of the function at this point, 1.125. This will come out to be 0.0151, which is positive. So we are going to change this end again, and now the root lies between 1 and 1.125. This is the fourth approximation. So we again bisect it. It will come out to be x3 is equal to 1 plus 1.125. 1.125 divided by 2 and we'll get it 1.09375. 1.09375. And we'll find the value of the function at x3. And the value comes out to be negative 0.0066. That is, it is negative and we are going to change this negative end. This time the root lies between 1.09375 and 1.125. Again, when we bisect this interval, we'll get x5 as 1.11719. When we find the value of the function at this point, x5 will get it as 0.0042, which is greater than 0. It means that we are going to change the positive end. Now the root lies between 1.09375 and 1.11719. Again, we bisect this interval, and on bisecting, we'll get x is equal to 1.11328. At this point, we'll find the value of the function, and we get the value as negative value. It is negative 0.0012. We keep on doing this until we get the answer. And hence, finally, we get the answer as, there's the same, that is the sixth iteration which we got. It is 1.11328. is the root which we got as the answer, and this is correct to 2 decimal places. Because why this answer is correct to 2 decimal places? Because when we see the recurring answers 1.11 and x7 also, when we do it will come out to be 1.113. So that is why we conclude that this is the answer. Thanks students, and if you have any query you may write it in the comment.